All right, so look. I had recently found did I recently I think I knew about this channel all the time, like for a while, but I recently just started watching the videos for real. And the first video I watched was like it was about a cop who got them. He basically talked about how it was being a 911 operator. Well, no, yeah, he wasn't a cop. He was a 911 operator. He was talking about how it is being a 911 operator and how sometimes you might hear like some of the worst imaginable shit, and it's not really much you can do about it type shit. You know what I'm saying? And how a lot of 911 operators get a lot of like bullshit from people, but they don't understand how the game is. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand. Like, bro, it's not much I can do behind from the other side of this goddamn phone. You know, and it's like people be thinking like the police and shit. I guess the 911 operators, they have your exact location and woo woo from you just calling their phone and shit like that. But it's like, bro, it's really they get your signal or whatever you call it because it bounced off a radio tower, and that radio tower is just the nearest radio tower or radio towers at your location, and the only thing they have to go off is those, and they try to triangulate where you are, and that's be the reason why they can't just send the unit all the time. That's why because I used to wonder that too, like, nigga, if I'm calling and motherfuckers can, you know what I'm saying, like they can get my location off that, how come I call and they ask like, oh, what's your address, whoop de whoop. And I guess that makes sense, right? I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that, because like, nigga, I'm not interested in the life of a 911 operator. I don't know how they get niggas locations and shit, you feel me? Like, I don't know. So that makes sense though. It's like they don't have your location just because you called them. They just have where you may be based off the radio tower signal, you know what I'm saying, that they get from when you call. And I'm probably doing a terrible job at explaining this shit, but the point is, niggas, they don't know where you at. And he was talking about how gruesome and sad and how it can be being a 911 operator, how it can fuck with you and things of that nature. I kind of like content like this though. I like videos like this, like when they, you know, real shit, you know, dark shit. My nigga, I like to talk about this type of shit, and I like to watch this type of shit, nigga. And hopefully some people out there would like minds, nigga, that like to do the same shit, nigga. I like discussions and shit like this. I'll be watching Jubilee and Cut and now Vice, my nigga. So we finna get into it, man. Secret sex parties of the mega rich. I hear that they be doing this shit, but I don't know if I believe that all the time, man. I believe it's some freaky rich niggas out there, but I don't think all rich niggas just be out there on some Illuminati sex party shit, bro. Like, niggas think just because you got pape, that's what you own. It's like, bro, not really.
The hotel industry is a wild experience that helps you understand how disconnected the wildly wealthy are. I've seen the darker side of humanity, suicides, murders, spousal abuse, human trafficking. That shit stays with you for a long time. One weekend, a large group of around 60-ish people, they wanted to purchase out the entire hotel so they could just turn it into a giant orgy. The cost about the property was upwards of $250,000 for 2 nights at a time. That says you've got money to spend. They left a nightmare room. Blood, feces, semen stains. One of my bellboys came up and was like, I've got a black light, I'm curious. He turned it on, and I remember we looked down and saw all the stains, we looked to the sides and saw them on the wall. At one point in the bathroom, we looked up and saw them all on the ceiling, and we were just like, how do you do this? This is not human. Were you on the ceiling?
That's crazy as fuck, bro. Luxury hotel manager.
I worked as an operations manager for around 10 plus years. I've worked in hotels where the average daily rate is anywhere from like $99 and then all the way up to boutique properties where the average cost is around $1,400 per night. In general, the higher up the price value, the more common it is to be treated like you're less than human. The people who are coming to visit you, famous pop stars, Russian oligarchs, they have a private plane that they get in a private vehicle with all tinted black.
A Russian oligarch? I've never heard of that before. What is a Russian oligarch? Russian oligarchs are business oligarchs from the former Soviet republics who rapidly accumulated wealth in the 1990s. An oligarchy is a small group of people having control of a country, organization, or institution. Oh, okay. I've never heard that word before, but the more you know.
Have security squads, they'll snap their fingers at them. Very large sense of entitlement, where if they approach the desk, they are the only thing that exists to you in that moment. And that's what they came to expect from that level of entering a luxury hotel.
So be on some
Most people
condescending
who
shit.
visit boutique hotels are not coming for business. They're there for pleasure. There was a group
So,
of
bro, why ain't it like places for that though? Like, nigga, if you want to go somewhere to fuck, nigga, can't you go? Aren't there places for that, like specifically? I don't know, man. Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't though. Ain't that illegal? I don't know. I don't know.
coming for business. They're there for pleasure. There was a group of fabulously wealthy individuals. You can definitely get a sense of how much wealth they actually have when they're talking about things like buying a fleet of Boeings in the lobby casually. They would buy out this entire property. They were spending as much as a luxury wedding. And it was basically a giant swingers orgy. You'd have people having sex in the pool, people laying on our wine bars naked, a couple having sex on a balcony and playing.
Bro, they can't. I would. They can't just allow that, bro. Like they can't say shit about that. Ain't no motherfucking way.
You're looking up at it, quite an angle, and every single room would have a different theme and a safe word posted outside of the door. The one that stands out to me was there's a mermaid themed room. It was actually kind of impressive, the details they went, so it was very like under the sea vibe. There was the Wild West room. There was the straight up BDSM room. One couple we had to talk to.
BDSM, ain't that bondage? I gotta look it up, bro. I don't like to be ignorant, bro. I'm pretty sure that's bondage though. Bondage. Yup. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Yup.
While they were naked, they would purposely wait to start having sex until housekeeping wanted to clean the room. They wanted somebody to watch.
That's so
The
weird.
day after they had all departed, I got a call from housekeeping saying that one of the showers is busted, and I go take a look at it, and they had hacksawed off the actual shower piece, the shower head, and attached a 4-foot long anal probe hose to it, with multiple settings on the other end. And that was as disgusting as you can imagine. After all of the drama and mental scarring that we put up with for this orgy buyout group, probably between about 30 staff, I want to say we made $20 in tips.
Hell to the fucking
I
nah.
found myself on more than one occasion getting stuck in awkward situations between husbands, their lovers, and then the actual wife. The worst case scenario was husband and wife shared credit cards naturally, and she started seeing the hotel show up on the books, and she stormed in and like slammed bank statements down. It's like, I know my husband's here. You guys are lying to me. We have to just say, you know what, I'm so sorry. We don't have anyone here by this name. And meanwhile, we could literally hear them having sex upstairs. Apparently, she didn't notice. The sounds were familiar to her, which might be a sad statement on their marriage, actually.
That's crazy as fuck.
The problem with working with the fabulously wealthy is that they often assume that the staff is there at their beck and call regardless of what the request is. It was really common for the high rollers to approach attractive staff members and essentially just ask them, hey, if I pay you X amount of dollars, will you meet me in my room later tonight and fuck my brains out? That's a quote from someone, sadly.
That's so crazy that's crazy as fuck how entitled and condescending rich motherfuckers be, bro. That shit is insane, bro.
We had a very busty, gorgeous front desk woman at one hotel, and someone came down and offered her quite a bit of money in front of management. And at the moment, she naturally declined. I have security cameras in all the halls, and seeing that person sneak out around 2 a.m. was definitely a little suspicious. The most shocking example was an incident where the wedding was around 2 p.m.-ish that day. Come nightfall,
She
one
wanted
of our
that
event
bag.
staff slept with the wife and ended up getting caught. It turned into quite a big deal with screaming and shouting and all this stuff. He hid in a bathroom in a supply closet until the heat died down, and then he just walked into the front office and clocked out like nothing ever happened. His mom happened to be in charge of events, so she made sure he didn't get terminated. The demographics of the staffs who work at hotels are usually pretty evenly split. If you're an attractive white person who speaks English quite well, you're probably going to be reservations, front desk, something visual. If you're not of that ethnicity, just because they have an accent and that might not present well to your guests, your most likely bet is that you're going to get placed in housekeeping. If you're working at a decent property, you could probably get $10 to $15 an hour as a front desk host. If you're housekeeping, you're maybe getting 9 to 10.
It's not even livable fucking
it was
wages.
wildly unfair. We were actually advised to handle our housekeeping teams under the concept of divide and conquer. telling them, oh, well, so-and-so's team's much better than yours. You should really try to keep up with the Mexican team. It creates that toxic environment. This prevented the entire housekeeping team from uniting together and presenting concerns. And I saw that kind of model in multiple hotels.
That's crazy.
In retrospect, I can safely say that the hours they made me work, the wild situations you'd run into, it's a miracle that I never got in a really bad car accident commuting. It slowly burns you out in a way that you can't explain until you're out of it. You just kind of know something's wrong and you're not happy.
Bro, it's crazy how motherfuckers would stay at jobs that they like loathe. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Me personally, bro, I can't do it, bro. If I don't like a fucking place of work, I already don't like working for motherfuckers, bro. But if I gotta go to work and I don't even like my job, nigga, I can't just stay there, bro. Like, so I get some niggas probably don't have a choice. Maybe they can't find nothing else in time. I don't know, but they can't stop the workflow or the money flow. Maybe their only source of income. But it's like, nigga, me though? Nah, bro. Fuck it. I'll be jobless, nigga, before I stay like ruining my mental well being at a place with that nigga. Fuck no. Fuck no. And there's plenty of jobs out here that you can grab just for the time being until you find some shit that you just want for that you really want type shit. Like, nigga, you can go get a fucking warehouse or a plant job like that. Nigga, just pass a drug test. You can start damn near the same day. You could just thug it out there for a week or two or a month or whatever the fuck until you get a job that you actually want type shit, nigga. Like, fuck no, I'll do that before I work at a job where I'm not happy or at least content. Like, man, hell no.
Explain until you're out of it. You just kind of know something's wrong and you're not happy. The biggest thing that the public doesn't understand about the hotel industry is that there are wild things happening behind closed doors every single day. Fabulously wealthy individuals are wild. Everything happens behind closed doors at hotels.
Damn, that's crazy. That shit wild, boy. What the fuck?